Hey guys, as promised, I have a delicious savory cornbread here to go with our chili. Let's get started on that. First things first, we're going to put our skillet or cast iron pan into the oven, and I'm going to preheat that oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This thing's got to be nice and hot before I put the batter in. Now, let's make the batter. In a medium-sized bowl, I have some yellow cornmeal, I have some all-purpose flour, some baking powder, some baking soda, some salt, some smoked paprika, 2 beaten eggs, and then I'm also using a can of creamed corn, or cream-style corn as the can says, and I'm just going to pour that in there, and this is going to be a great addition to get more of that corn flavor and just a very moist, delicious cornbread. I'm also melting unsalted butter. This is going to add a nice richness, and last but not least, some whole milk. And that's literally all the ingredients that we're going to need for our batter. I'm just going to take a whisk, or if you'd like, a wooden spoon, and I'm just going to mix this up until I get a nice smooth batter. And in case you're wondering, I did put flour in this, obviously. Some southern cornbreads do not have flour at all, but I like to have a little bit of flour because it adds structure, and if you use all cornmeal, it becomes very crumbly. That's just a personal thing for me. I don't like a very crumbly cornbread. Once that's done, I'm taking my pan out of the oven, and I'm spraying it with some cooking spray, and then I'm going to pour in all of my batter, smooth out the top, and this is going to go into the oven. It's going to bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes, but make sure you insert it with a toothpick, make sure it comes out clean. You don't want to over bake your cornbread, otherwise it'll be very, very dry. We do not want dry cornbread. That is a downer. Although I know some people have their own preference on cornbread. They like them drier, or they like them more moist, or they like them with corn, without corn, with flour, without flour. There's a million different ways to make this recipe, so this is just my own version. Now, I let that cool off for about 10 minutes in the pan, and then I took it out because I wanted to eat this while it was still a little bit warm, and I just sliced that up. And if you look at the inside of this, it almost looks like a cake, and it does have kind of a cake-like consistency. The bottom is nice and brown, and it's also a little bit crispy on the edges, and that's because I made this in the cast iron pan. Now, if you want to, you can bake this in a regular baking pan, a cake pan, and it will still come out very, very good, but you're not going to get those crispy edges. And the inside is just looking great, and I like those little bits of corn in there, and this is tasting absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed this. I do love cornbread, and it's kind of a recent thing for me because there was a time I didn't like cornbread, but now I can't get enough of it. And obviously, this goes great with chili. In fact, when I started dipping this cornbread into the chili, I decided to just throw the cornbread into the chili and just eat it like this, and it was actually a very pleasant eating experience, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it was almost like a savory bread pudding in a way. So I definitely recommend doing that. But yeah, make this chili and make that cornbread because they go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.